post-workout time. This is like everybody's favorite meal, everybody's favorite time. So typically I try to kind of feel out what sounds good instead of pre-planning, but you have to do what works for you. So this tends to work for me. So I have my protein requirements. I also have my carbohydrate requirements. So my protein always is protein ice cream. So I'm gonna show you how to make that. Today I have the True protein powder and I've got my Vitamix. So I'm gonna show you exactly how I make my protein ice cream. I know other people make theirs different, so you can do what you wish. But let's just start here. And then for my carb today, I have decided to have cake. So we're having cake and ice cream, like it's a birthday party, right? So first I'm gonna start with filling this with ice cubes, and then I'm gonna add my liquid. I'm gonna add a touch of salt. And then I've got my protein powder already measured out sitting over here. And then a thickening agent. And so this is where people kind of tend to do theirs a little bit different, but just a moment. I will show you how much ice I stick into mine. So I often get the question of how many cubes do you use? And I'm like, I have no idea. And I don't want to say a number because everybody's ice cubes are going to be different sizes. So if you can see, like I've got my Vitamix probably about a quarter of the way filled with ice. I'm going to dump in my fluid. So I'm going to start with 1/4 of a cup. Typically, I don't need any more than that. If you get too much fluid, obviously it gets a little bit runny. I put in a bit of salt there, because salt enhances flavor, especially with chocolate, and who doesn't like a little bit of sweet and salty together? But honestly, you don't really taste the salt. Sometimes though, I will top my ice cream with sea salt. And then I've got my protein powder. I'm gonna go ahead and dump that in. Now, my thickening agent was in with this. So you've got a couple options. You can use a sugar-free pudding mix. You can use a xanthan gum or like a guar gum to use as a thickening agent. Or what I tend to use is just some power pudding. And I got that from Body Nutrition as well. So I will just start to blend this up and show you what that looks like. Be sure your lid is on. And do not use this without your lid. Mine's all scratched up because I thought, oh, I can do it without the lid, and went, don't do it. Not suggested. So let's get this blended up. As you can see, it is blending up and it's nice and thick. That's perfection right there. And there is what the finished ice cream looks like. Good, thick. That's good stuff right there. Now, I have the option to either use my post-workout carbs and add them into here, such as, you know, chocolate syrup, toffee bits, marshmallows, cereal. I mean, you name it. The world is yours. Okay, so I totally lied, and I said that I was gonna have cake and ice cream. My cake mix looks just like this. It's funfetti cake mix, but I don't have any. I was like, wait a second, this is pancakes. So we're gonna have pancakes and ice cream. Hey, that's even better. I'm a lover of pancakes, really. So this is great. So let me show you. My personal post-workout carbohydrate limit is 200 calories. I need to have 35 grams of carbs. So I'm gonna look at my label. One serving is 54 grams. That's 190 calories. This has 40 grams of carbs. So right now I know already I met my 35 grams of carbs. If you're meeting your calorie requirements without meeting those carbohydrate requirements, that means that you're item that you've chosen is either too high in fat or too high in protein and not high enough in the carbs. So that means just your other calories are coming from proteins and fats as opposed to the carbs. So I get 200 calories, but there's 190 calories in this. So how do I figure that out? That means I'm gonna take 200 divided by 190. That gives me 1.05. Now I'm gonna multiply that by how many grams in a serving, which is 54. So I can have 57 grams of pancake mix. This is strictly mixed with water. I love the mix with water ones because then I don't have to worry about the oil, I don't have to worry about the egg, nothing like that. I don't have to add anything to it that has like extra calories. So just add water, perfection. The cake mix that I use, I don't add anything like the eggs or the oils. It looks just like this. All I do is measure out the serving that I get, and then I mix in like a sparkling water, such as just, this is bubbly. You can use a LaCroix, you can use a Diet Sprite, just something with carbonation. You don't have to use something with carbonation, but I promise that it gives a better texture if you can use something with carbonation in it. You can use all sorts of cake mixes. So right now, Christmas time, what comes to mind? Like gingerbread. Oh, gingerbread, I love gingerbread. So go get a gingerbread cake mix or use like a white cake mix and add your own flair to it. Add seasonings and spices to it. Like it doesn't have to be boring. You just have to think outside of the box. You've got extracts you can use. You've got cinnamon and nutmeg and allspice. You've got all these things that you can add in there. So have fun with it. Just play around and enjoy it. Don't let it get too stressful. And if you need help, just reach out to your coach because they can help you with amounts and that little math portion if you're struggling with the math portion. But it's simple. You just have to do it a couple times. It is the calories you get divided by the calories in a serving multiplied by the grams in a serving. And that will tell you how much you get to have. So that is post-workout fun. I hope some of you found this helpful, but I will be here for any questions. Just drop them below if you have them. Talk to you later.